Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Kidz Church. This is the Kidz Church segment. So boys and girls, gather around. Today we're coming to you live from the moon. And of course, on the moon, there's no COVID. So girls, no need for these. My name's Uncle Andrew. This is
Mackenzie, Madison, Riley.
And we will be your hosts for today's Kidz Church section. And looking forward to being with you. Of course, live from the moon. The first person on the moon was Neil Armstrong, and we were just behind him as a close second. Put it there, girls. Time for worship, and of course the gravity on the moon is less than the gravity on Earth. So when you stand up now to worship and to sing one or two songs, make sure you're holding onto something so you don't float away. So last week we learned about Jacob and Esau and how Jacob did Esau out of his birthright. And Esau was furious and wanted to kill Jacob. And today we're going to continue with the story. Mackenzie.
Genesis 28 verses 10 to 19. Rebekah knew about Esau's plan to kill Jacob, so she told him to get out of town until Esau wasn't so mad anymore. So Jacob left. At the end of a long day of traveling, he decided to stop for the night and found a good-sized stone to lay his head on. He fell asleep and began to dream. First he saw a long stairway that touched the ground, with the very top of it reaching heaven. Next he saw angels of God moving up and down the stairway. Above the stairway stood the Lord. The Lord then spoke to Jacob, saying, I am the Lord, the God of your father, Abraham and Isaac. I will give you and all your family to come the land which you are lying on. Your family will continue to grow through each generation, as much as the dust of the earth. I will always be with you, watching over you, and will return to this land until I have done everything I have promised you. When Jacob woke up, he realized that the Lord had been with him there. He was afraid because of the power and the presence of God, and said, How awesome is this place! This is the house of God. This is the gate of heaven. Before he left, Jacob used the stone that he rested his head on and set up a pillar and poured oil on it. This is like a marker for Jacob to remember the dream he had had from God, and to remember to thank God for the promise he had made to him. He called the place Bethel, which means house of God.
Thank you, Mackenzie. So girls and boys, today we are focusing on the fact that God loves us and that we are a work in progress. And just like Jacob lied to his father Isaac, God still loved Jacob and still forgave him. And today we're going to focus on how do we grow and become a work in progress. So today we've got Riley, Madison and Mackenzie playing this game called Jenga. I'm not sure, boys and girls, which of you have got this game as well at home called Jenga? And the girls here are going to play it. As I mentioned that, some things, girls, are quite easy for God to grow us. It's quite easy for us, for example, to share our lunch with our friends. It's quite easy to care for somebody and to look after them. But then sometimes it becomes a bit more difficult for us when we are growing in God. And sometimes it's difficult to obey your parents and respect your parents, for example. Sometimes it's difficult to tell the truth when you know that by telling the truth, it's going to get you into trouble. And then sometimes, just like Jacob did something naughty by lying to his father Isaac, sometimes you can do something that's really difficult and your whole world comes crashing down. But then we need to realize that God shows us grace, and He'll always love us, girls. No matter what we do, we are a work in progress, and God will always love us and show us His grace. So boys and girls, today's memory verse comes from Philippians 1 verse 6, and it goes like this.
God began a good work in you, and He will carry on until it is completed. Philippians 1 verse 6.
So carrying on with today's theme of Jenga, we want to encourage you boys and girls to find your Jenga at home or ask your parents to make you a couple of wooden blocks. And then like we've done today, we've stuck different words on different blocks. And I'm now going to ask Madison, Mackenzie and Riley to take one block out. Don't do it until I've given all three of your words. So Madison's going to take the word good out. Mackenzie's going to take the word he. And Riley is going to take the word 1 verse 6 out. Okay, so carefully girls, we don't want to knock Jenga over. This is today's memory verse. Okay, and then put it on top once you've taken it out. Well done. Okay, so we want to encourage you to play this game at home. Ask your parents to help you stick a different word of the memory verse on a different block. And then if it comes falling down, you have to rebuild it in the correct order. So just one more time, the memory verse for today from Philippians 1 verse 6, girls, is
God began a good work in you, and He will carry on until it is completed. Philippians 1 verse 6.
Okay, well done, girls. That's the memory verse for today. And boys and girls, we want to challenge you to get your parents to video you saying the memory verse and send a message to Belinda, the children's pastor. Her number is on the church website. Find her cell phone number, send her a clip of you giving today's memory verse. And so, thank you for being with us today. My name is Uncle Andrew.
Mackenzie.
Madison. Riley.
Saying goodbye to you today from Kidz Church. Have a great Sunday, and we'll see you soon. Over and
Out!